We'll give him one anyway. You know this man is a man called Jane, as John Casey from Chuck, and he's a hell of a nice guy. Mr. Adam Baldwin, ladies and gentlemen. Well, we'll see how the day goes, but Adam, first of all,
hello, Richardson.
Adam's been with us before. We had him just before Serenity came out, and we're really thrilled to have him back with us again. I know some of you were not there the first time we had him, so it's a great thrill to have him back in the Metroplex with us. And no, they got to sign up for a charity. Don't mess that up. In fact, here, I'm going to put this over here. And sign the Iron Man comic. There you go. Now, Adam, obviously you've been staying busy playing John Casey and having a lot of fun with that. And how great is this guy on Chuck? I'm waiting for the John Casey spin-off series myself. So.
Right, well, I was saying to some guys over in the signing line that I'm just playing Jane without the accent. Better clothes and shaved, you know. It's the same guy, but smarter.
Now, is it safe to say all you guys are Chuck fans? You better be. And how great has it been this season? I mean, come on, really fantastic stuff. Now, Adam, obviously there's been a lot of question out there about the status of Chuck. If you could maybe just kind of tell us real briefly, like, where do we stand right now? It seems like this season's been rocking and rolling. I mean, where's the show at this point, at least what you can tell us?
We're cautiously optimistic for season 4. There's no official word yet. It looks promising. As long as the show is profitable for the network, they should pick it up. They like the show, and they're doing everything they can to ensure that we can come back for season 4. But obviously, hopefully, we can come back next Monday and the subsequent weeks and get at least hold firm with our ratings. But I think there are overseas markets that are also in consideration. If it's a profitable show overseas, that plays into it, and it's expensive to launch a new show. So again, I'm optimistic, but there's no official word.
What do you get recognized for more when you're walking around in public? Do people come up to you and say John Casey, or do people come up to you and say Jane? What's the most? Or do they say animal mother? You know, I mean, what's the most recognizable there? Yeah.
Well, when I walk around my neighborhood, it's like, you're Zoe's dad, right? No. Yeah, that's me. I guess Casey and Jane and Full Metal Jacket, and then guys, our age, my bodyguard. For the kids these days, you kids out there, it's pretty much Casey and Jane. So that's it.
Well, listen, I know a lot of you guys have questions, and we want to try to get to as many questions as we can from the audience. So if you want to raise your hands, we'll try to get to as many different ones as we can. We'll start right here.
I just have one question I was going to ask you earlier. How painfully funny was it filming the Casey training Morgan scenes?
I'm very much enjoying the relationship that Casey is forming with Morgan. What's the last episode that aired? I don't want to give anything away. Where is he? Has he joined?
Chuck and Sarah in Paris.
Oh, okay, Chuck and Sarah in Paris, yeah. Well, yeah, things blossom from there. It's great. He's hilarious. Gomez is a great guy, and we get along a lot. So I'm always enjoying the scenes I get to do with him. He's a great improver, and he's always making me laugh. So it's hard for me to keep a straight face, believe it or not. Cut! I'm laughing again.
Next up, who do we got? Right here.
What was it that made you want to be an actor in the first place?
Money. I was kind of believe it or not, I was a bit of a screw up as a kid. I'm the youngest of 3 boys, and come from a broken home, and we ended up sort of having to find our own social networking, and the acting community was very embracing of, because I'm talking about myself, I can call myself whatever I want, cast-offs from the normal socias and the popular crowd. So, we had nerds and geeks and weirdos and all kinds of, I consider myself a total loser. Pointing at me, and the acting community was very embracing of our flaws, and the teachers were great and allowed us to play and be goofballs and screw up, and so that's sort of how I started in fifth, sixth, seventh grade and beyond. And then I auditioned for my bodyguard and got the part, so I wasn't doing well in school, so that sort of gave me an excuse not to do any better. Here I am 30 plus years later, so I got lucky.
How many times in a week do you have to tell people you are not part of the Baldwin family?
I get that question. I don't get you're Billy's brother or Alex's brother or Stephen's brother. So I just I don't see any downside to having my name spelled the same way. It's just another talking point. Right?
Are there any upsides to having it spelled the same way?
No.
Next up, right here.
How fun was it playing, voicing the role of Superman?
Yeah, I had a lot of good times there. It was short though; it was only a day's work. So I got to work with Anne Hatch. She was very talented, and so that was fun for me. But again, it was one day, and I'm sort of behind on the whole mythology of Superman. So I get a lot of questions about that, and I'm far less knowledgeable than those that are. So it's kind of hard for me to. I kept saying to the director, "Okay, how do you want to play this guy? Is he straight? Is he character-y, or is he just sort of like a flat voice? And how do I differentiate him between Dark Superman and Clark?" And they said, "Just play him the same way." I was like, okay. So Dark Superman just kind of a little darker.
Right up here.
How fun is it to carry guns?
This is Texas. It's great to carry guns. I grew up. My dad was in the Naval Air Corps, and he was.
I think they're playing with your volume. So.
Stop it. My dad was in the Naval Air Corps, and so he had weapons in the house, and he kept us pretty well safe. And he trained us, and I went to a camp that we had riflery at the camp, so I've been comfortable with guns and rifles and weapons since I was a kid. Sorry?
I'm thinking Citizens Police Academy.
Citizens Police Academy.
Yeah, I got to shoot guns.
Yeah. Good.
So don't piss her off. Right here.
What was it like working with Stanley Kubrick?
Yeah, Stanley Kubrick was this enigma for us youngsters. When I was 23, went over to London, and we didn't meet him for the first 2 weeks. We got material. So here's the script. Here's the book. We got none of that ahead of time. You had to get the job and get over there before they would give you actually the script and the material that they were going to base it on. And so we had to go, okay, who am I? I don't know. Then we met him 2 weeks later to walk the site. The site's the old Beckton Gas Works on the east end of London. I don't even think it's there anymore. I think they leveled the place to put high-rise luxury condos there, so you can't even go there anymore. But if you see another movie, 1984, there's the rubbly flashbacks. It is the same place. But Kubrick, when he finally met us, he was a soft-spoken gentleman from the Bronx. I thought I wasn't going to meet this English gentleman, but he's not. He's guy from the Bronx. He had this kind of nasally New York accent. And okay, hi. And he was not a tall man, and he was a hairy man, and